Hello friend, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is the expected question series of Indian Polity, and this is the part 1. We have continued from the economy, and today we will discussing Indian Polity question which might be asked in your examination. And if you are preparing for WBCS examination, then you must watch this video till the end. Let's begin. And first question: who among the following said in the context of a State Reorganization Commission report, the lambs are shorn of the wool and they are feeling the intensity of the cold? So, the right answer is B.R. Ambedkar. Let's move to the next question. Which of the following was not a feature of the Government of India Act 1919? What was the not a feature of Government of India Act 1935? So let's first read out the options. Provision for a bicameral legislature at the center. Yes, this was the provision of 1919 Act. Legislative Assembly would have an elected majority and control over ministers. No, this was not part of 1919 Act. Next, communal representation was not only retained but extended. Yes, it was extended to Indian Christians and other community also. Enlarge the electorates both for the provinces and the imperial legislature. So our answer is 2, because 2, the option 2 was not a feature of the Government of India Act 1919. Let's move to the next question. Which of the following is true about the fundamental rights under Indian Constitution? So, what is true about fundamental rights in the Indian Constitution? Let's read out the option. It is protected and enforced by the Constitution. Yes, it is absolutely true. So, option A is true. Next, it can be changed by the common legislative process. No, this statement is untrue, because only constitutional amendment can change a Indian Constitution or fundamental right of the Indian Constitution. Third option, Supreme Court is the guardian of the fundamental right. Absolutely true. This is right. And the last one, all constitutional rights are fundamental rights. Whether it is true or not, please tell me. All constitutional rights are fundamental rights. No. Option D is untrue, because we know that all fundamental rights are constitutional rights. Not all constitutional rights are fundamental rights. This is suppose all the rights are constitutional rights and fundamental right is just part of a constitutional right. So all fundamental rights are constitutional rights, but not all constitutional rights are fundamental rights. So which of the following is true about the fundamental rights? It is the only 1 and C. So answer option 1 is correct, because only option A and C is correct in the given scenario. Next question, which of the following is not true about the amendment of the Constitution under Article 368? We know that the procedure for amendment of our Constitution has been mentioned under Article 368. So the question is, which is not true about Article 368? First read out the options and we can have the idea. The bill may be introduced in either House of Parliament. Yes, we know that it can be introduced either in Lok Sabha or in Rajya Sabha. So option 1 is absolutely true. Second option, the bill must be passed by a special majority. We know that Article 368 or amendment is always passed by a special majority, that is 2/3 present and voting and more than 50% of the total membership. Next option, in case of disagreement between the houses, joint sitting may be called. Joint sitting, that is under Article 108 it has been mentioned, but we should remember that in case of constitutional amendment it cannot be called. So how there cannot be any joint sitting to pass a bill in case of constitutional amendment. So option 3 is wrong. Last one, the president is bound to give assent to the bill duly passed by and ratified. Absolutely true, because earlier president was not bound, but after amendment of the constitution it has been, I just forget the amendment number, it might be either 24th or 30th amendment, that president is bound to give assent to the bill passed by parliament. So our answer is option 3. because it is not true about the Article 368. Next question, which article of Indian Constitution empower the Parliament to make provisions for a contingency? Remember the word contingency. When the office of both President and Vice President fall vacant by reasons of death, resignation, removal or otherwise. If suppose both the President and Vice President office falls vacant, either by death, resignation, removal, then there must be a contingency. Who will become the president, or who will act as the president. So this has been mentioned in Article 70 of the Indian Constitution. Please remember, very important. Article 123 deals with ordinance making power of president. Article 72 is about pardoning, and Article 58 about his eligibility, I think. And so Article 70 is it is about contingency. It is a very important article. Next question, who calls Election Commission of India as an effective bulwark of free and fair elections? Free and fair election, and we know that Election Commission conduct in India. This statement was given by political scientists Lloyd and Susan Rudolph. They have written a number of political commentary on Indian Constitution. Their books are very famous. Next question, the grounds on which President's rule has been imposed on the states in India are. That means, in so far till date, the President's rules has been imposed on what grounds? So let's study the option. If no stable government can be formed, yes, many government has been dismissed on that ground, or emergency has been because there was no stable government. Second option, if the cabinet has lost majority and no other ministry commanding a majority in the assembly can be formed at once. Also true, because when cabinet has lost majority, then the president rule has been imposed. Third option, if the state government does not obey the direction given by union government or break down our federal structure. Also true, because we know that under Article 365, if president's direction or the center's direction is not followed by the government, then president rule can be imposed. D, corruption. Many times horse trading, we know that when the MLAs are purchased and MLAs are exchanged between the political parties, and the corruption there, the money has been offered. So on all these four grounds, president's rule has been imposed in India. So the right answer is option 4. Let's move to the next question. Which one of the following commission was not related to backward classes? Yes, backward classes. We know that Mandal Commission, Havnud Commission, all these commissions has been related with backward classes, but Shah Commission was not mentioned, not related with backward classes. This Shah Commission was formed in 1977 when Janata Party came into power. They constituted a committee under the chairmanship of Justice J.C. Shah, and the commission was mandated to inquire all excesses committed by the Indira Gandhi government during the emergency power. Let's move to the next question. The governor of a state, in his capacity as a administrator of an adjoining Union territory, discharges his function independently of. We know that governor of any state can discharge a duty of administrator of other union territory. At that time, governor do not need to consult council of minister. We know that all the time governor needs to consult council of minister, but during discharging his duty as administrator of an adjoining union territory, they do not need advice of council of ministers. So answer 4 is option 4 is the right answer. Let's move to the next question. The 73rd and 74th Amendment Acts have resulted in. We know that 73rd Amendment and 74th Amendment deals with panchayat and urban local bodies. So what was the result of these two amendments? First option is transparency in governance. Absolutely true. We know that local people govern. So it brings there are a number of mechanisms like gram sabha etc., which brings transparency in the governance. Next, be accountability. We know that different types of committees are formed in these bodies and they held accountable the ruling party and the ruling governing body. Next, gender empowerment. Yes, also true that in some of the states 50% seats of the panchayat have been reserved for women, and women have been given reservation in all categories. Number D, deepening of democracy. Yes, absolutely true, because earlier we had only at the center and at the state level democracy. Now we are at the third tier of democracy, at the district level, panchayat level, at block level. We have so many levels of democratic decentralization, and absolutely it has deepened the democratic roots in our country. So the right answer is option 4, A, B and C, D. The report Right to Information Master Key to Good Governance was submitted by, this report was submitted by Second Administrative Reforms Commission, and we know that the first Administrative Reforms Commission was constituted under the chairmanship of Morarji Desai, and Second Administrative Reforms Commission, it was constituted in 2005 under the chairmanship of Virappa Moili, and he was also a union minister at that time. What is the minimum strength of a high court? Minimum strength of high court, and 7, 25, 31, none. Because right answer is none, because the number of strength vary from state to state. Just like has Allahabad have maximum number of judges, so it depends on the high court, and the constitution is silent on the minimum strength of a high court. Which amendment allows a common high court for more than one state? We know that there are 29 states in India, but we have many common high court for one or more states. Just like Andhra Pradesh and Telangana have a common high court of Hyderabad, and in the same time we can, if we Guwahati high court is common high court for more than one state. So this was done by amendment, 7th amendment. So remember, 7th amendment of the Indian Constitution. Next question, in which part of the Indian Constitution special provisions have been made for national scheduled castes and scheduled tribes, other backward classes and Anglo-Indians? And so which is the part in which it has been mentioned? It is the part 16. Part 16 deals with a special provision for scheduled castes, SC/STs and OBCs and Anglo-Indians. This is the last question. The Central Information Commissions fall under which ministry? We know that Central Information Commission is a statutory body and it comes under the Ministry of Personnel. So this is the today's question. Thank you so much for watching the video. Please like, share and subscribe the channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon, because in future I will be uploading more such videos which will help you in exam. Thank you so much for watching the video.